Hey my dudes, my name is Cecilia and welcome to my kitchen here in Stockholm, Sweden. Today is the 9th day of our 12 days of Christmas 2023 and we are making kleenetter. These are crispy little fried cookies, not too sweet, and they are perfect with a cup of coffee or some fruit. According to Wikipedia, the English name for these is angel wings, but I've never heard of that, so let me know in the comments if that's what you would also call them in English. I've only ever used the Swedish name for them, kleenetter. Som jag vet att jag har inte uttalat korrekt, men det är väldigt svårt för mig att gå från engelska direkt till bara en svensk ord. We had these cookies every Christmas growing up and they were my grandfather's favorite. He absolutely loved them and now every time I make them, I think about him. These are so great. You guys are gonna love them. Let's go make them. Into a bowl, place 4 egg yolks, 52 grams of powdered sugar, and 20 grams of cognac or brandy. I'm using cognac. Zest 1 lemon, and then mix together until there are no lumps of powdered sugar. Pour in 50 grams of melted butter and stir to combine. Add in 150 grams of flour and 2 grams of salt and stir together until a dough forms. Pour onto some plastic wrap. This dough is very sticky and definitely feels kind of weird at this point, but don't worry, it's just part of the process. Form into a squarish shape and wrap tightly in the plastic. Pop in the fridge overnight. The thing to note about kleenetter dough is that even though it sits overnight, it does that to relax and kind of hydrate all of that water, but it's still it's loosey-goosey. So you're gonna wanna be pretty liberal with the flour. You want your dough to be really pretty thin and relaxed. So I'm just kind of checking that it's not stuck. Because sometimes, just like with, for example, a pizza dough, if it sticks to the table, then it's not actually as big as you think it is. It's just stuck. So it's stuck out like this. And as soon as you relax it and you take it off the table, it's not stuck anymore. It's gonna, but this feels pretty good. Take our ruler here. And I have this little guy. It's crinkly on the edges. It's just for pretty. You can just use a regular knife to do this, but my grandmother had one of these and she always made these a little bit crinkly on the edges, so that's what I'm gonna do. You wanna cut into 1 inch by 3 inch pieces-ish. They don't need to be perfect. So what I like to do is go like this every 3 inches. We're gonna mark it, and then we're gonna do the same over here. And that way you can make a straight line, or straight enough. We're looking for good enough here. Tray, parchments. In the middle of each of them, you want to make a little slit. And that's probably, how big is that? A little bit less than 2 inches, maybe 1.25 inches. You don't want them to be too big. Now this is where things get tricky. I like to use what I call gentle hands, gentle fingers. So you have this, you're gonna open it up and oh boy, we're gonna do it over here. And you're going to flip through like that and adjust. So again, we're gonna take this guy here, open it up a little bit, and we flip through. Readjust and pop it over here. This dough feels really delicate, and it is really delicate. So you really just need to focus. But also remember that these are fried, so they're going to be wonky. But as my dad would say, they are also going to be good enough for a government job. Now, they're not getting baked off on this tray as they're fried, so they can sit really pretty close to each other. Not touching, but really pretty close to each other. I've filled up my tray, but I still have some kleenetter to go. So we're just gonna throw another piece of parchment over the top here. And they're so light, they're not gonna squish the ones underneath. These could go directly into the fryer just like this, but I find them very sensitive and difficult to handle when they're like this. So we're gonna pop these in the freezer while we set up everything. We are looking for the oil to be at about 165 degrees Celsius. so these guys aren't frozen, but they're cold, so they're much stiffer, which is nice. Where is our oil at now? Are we a little on the hot side? Remember that oil does not stay a consistent temperature like an oven does, so you do need to be checking it. It's good practice to have it be sitting over like a medium low. That's gonna allow the oil to hold an even temperature and not be fluctuating a lot. So we have our test guy here, and let's see how it goes. So we got some bubbles. We love that. And there we go. Now we're floating. Lovely, lovely. We want it to be a light golden brown. And I'm going to call it, and we're going to see how that works out. Looks like light golden to me. And onto our paper. Ooh, that looks quite good. Our oil's a little hot at 175. So I'm turning the heat down even more. But they're cooked through. So I'm just going to go for it with the rest of these. Now you can throw in quite a few at a time, but you don't want to overcrowd the pan. Make sure you're flipping them over so they get evenly cooked. All right, I think these are going to be golden enough. Oh yeah. Best practice is to usually let the oil come back up to where it's supposed to be, because frying will drop that heat. We're at 164 and we want to be at 165, so we can just go straight in. And obviously if these guys are frozen, they're going to take longer and they're going to drop your oil temperature more. 8, 9, 10. All right, let's try 10. And in the meantime, I think I might move these. Got my pretty little plate here. I'm gonna take the first couple, put them on my nice plate because they've stopped dripping oil, and you just want to cover them heavily with powdered sugar. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. We are at the end of the last round that I'm going to do for today. My oil has gotten a bit foamy on top. I think that's from like the flour that was on it. It doesn't seem to be affecting the final product, but just like, I guess it happens. Oh. I've also put a new piece of paper towel down over my oily paper towel. There we go. I'm gonna deal with that frying business later. I'm gonna throw these guys on top here. Oh, so beautiful, and even more powdered sugar. This, by the way, is just a little tea strainer. This is the best for powdered sugar. As with all fried things, these are best eaten warm. With that being said, my grandmother used to fry these off in the afternoon of like Christmas Eve, and then we would have these after dinner with dessert. So it's not like they're inedible or gross, but definitely eat them the day of, and warm is, of course, best. So dang good. This is definitely the cookie for people who like things that are not too sweet. They are very subtly sweet, very subtly lemony, and there's definitely a little like something in there, and you're like, what is that? It's the cognac. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked today's video, then please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that you have a great day and that I'll see you around next time. Hej då! Get this recipe and 23 more Swedish Christmas classics in my latest ebook, 24 Days of Christmas, available for purchase on my website now.